we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters. Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are in
Kansas.
We're in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. And so I know I said earlier that we were going to the Reptarium, but this is not Brian's Reptarium. This is the Reptarium in Wichita, Kansas. And we are about to walk in the door for a private tour. All right. We are inside their retail pet store here. We'll spend some more time in here after the private tour, but we're walking in.
Jerry, to your left is your water monitor.
No way.
Yep.
What did we name him?
Never named him.
Oh my God, so that's that little nick in his tail with them all grown up.
Yep.
So it's probably, so if you guys remember way back when through Kenan, I was able to purchase, it was during the COVID shutdown, somebody's order of imported animals that backed out of their order or whatever, and I had this amazing purchase of all this stuff. And there were 14 water monitors. I think they were all Sumatrans in that order, and Tyler ended up with one of the males. Is it still looking male? Because yeah, I was to say there's no bulge there, so now imagine that. So we gave away a female. Shame on us.
She's crazy.
Look how big she is. So I don't currently have any of the animals from that group. So to see one all growing out, I mean, that's a nice size for a female. But I guess as a Sumatran, she's gonna get big. Maybe we'll get to see her a little better in a moment. This place is awesome. Was this the enclosure that my blackthroat female was in?
That's over
Nope.
here.
She
No,
was right here.
that's over there.
So we got a big male in here right now. He's sleeping.
This place is beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, good looking male over there in the corner.
Always going in.
He's gonna make him crawl in there.
I really like this design with the tiered basking shelf up there and then the lower hide down there with the sticks going up. That is awesome.
There's a little guy, Jerry, to your right.
You can go in the enclosure if you want.
Okay.
He's sleeping, so he's...
Well, it's a rock python, something we don't get to see in Florida anymore.
Yeah, you can pull out the rock.
The rock? Yeah.
Whoa, let's back up.
She's just a little girl.
Oh, okay. What we got here? A white throat?
Can't even see this little guy.
Tyler.
What?
You were just telling me.
Oh
something.
yeah, that is that's Earth Roamer.
Earth Roamer?
Yeah, my Aldabra, and that's Tortuga, right?
Yeah.
And they have become best of friends.
And now you can't separate them.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, in Kansas, you know, I can't keep them outside in the winter, so Brett in the Reptarium was nice enough to house them
So
here during the wintertime. And then,
how old is Earth Roamer?
So I got Earth Roamer with my first COVID relief check. So
You're supposed to say that?
yeah, I don't know.
I think that's where everyone got all their reptiles.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what, 3-4 years old. But
3, 4. So, gosh, I want to do this for comparison, guys. When we look at my mom's Aldabra again, this is older than my mom's and probably half the size. My mom's got some sort of magic with her animals. But I love Aldabras. What are you doing? Definitely my favorite tortoise. We need to go visit Sam soon. I'm literally in heaven in here. I used to have panther chameleons. Colors on this guy.
Here, Jerry.
Jerry.
So
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, we got the male black throat out.
Keep going.
He's a handful.
Yeah. He's pretty sweet. I'll sit you down.
Yeah.
Go down.
It looks good, Brett.
Hey? It's getting huge.
How old is he?
I honestly don't know. We got him from Daniel Moore. Anyway,
He was a rescue, right?
I think so.
He's still just trying to process everything.
He never comes out.
Is this a food thing, an interaction thing? What's going on? Does he like this slick floor?
I don't. This is second time being out.
Oh,
Third time. Last time he pooped everywhere.
he's
At
handsome.
least it's easy to clean.
Yeah.
He's got some
It's not.
fast movements.
It gets real bad.
Yeah. He's a sweetheart. He pet him and they're not bad.
Very
Pretty
cool.
well socialized. Yeah, he doesn't really like a whole lot of people.
All right, I'll back off. Sailfin dragon. Wow.
You can pet his tail if you want. Usually good when he's in my hands.
It's a beautiful animal. Holy cow.
So handsome.
You know, that feels like what I would imagine a dragon's wing to feel like. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. He's beautiful.
Feed him fruits, vegetables, fish, rodents, insects.
He's running. Yeah, he's totally processing everything.
They're smart. The teeth on these guys are crazy too. Like you wouldn't think they have big sharp teeth, they do.
Yeah. He wouldn't like it if I pet his side.
I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
It's up to your fingers. You want to touch
Right after he's done, his teeth are pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're really smart. They're super cool. These are my favorite
So cool.
lizards.
Look at him processing everything, cocking his head from side to side. He's cool.
They like to be supported by their back.
Yeah.
Just when they feel most comfortable.
So this is a male?
Yep.
The females don't get that.
They do still have a sail,
A
but it's just
little
not as big.
Okay.
So the sails help them thermoregulate the temperatures, so like you can also utilize the swim.
Do the females get those back spikes as well?
I'm honestly not too sure.
Is this full grown?
Yeah, he's full grown. We got him wild caught. He's got a little hole in his sail, which all the adults always wild caught.
Oh, he's pretty good for being wild caught.
Took a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. Every day coming in and socializing them.
That is awesome.
I mean, his mouth's pretty good too. These guys are known for bashing their faces in the walls.
Yeah.
That's why they don't do so well in captivity and in such a large enclosure. Because they'll just they're so skittish, they'll just bash themselves.
Yeah.
So the way you set up this enclosure is it could be split later, or like it wasn't always intended to be that full length?
It was always intended to be full length.
Oh, it was?
Yep.
Okay.
We were originally going to have a Caiman, Asian water monitor in here. But decided to do Sailfin.
Yeah, he is really cool.
Yeah.
And I love that when you see them processing everything and turning their head to the side, it's just Right back to his spot.
That's a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool. All right, so where are we now?
We are at the reticulated python enclosure.
Does it make you happier or sad to be this close
little
to
bit of
big
both.
retics?
So we're not going to take him out because he's actually in shed right now. He's soaking in that water dish to help himself hydrate, getting ready for that shed. But he is a golden child cow reticulated python, which is a really, really cool combo. A lot of people really like this combo. It causes him to be white with those awesome black spots and the yellow spots every once in a while. He is a beautiful guy. And he said that he'll use every inch of this enclosure. He perches on every single branch that's in there.
All of these enclosures are such nice size. And what were they saying? That, this is a Burmese?
That is a hypogranite Burmese python. He's really beautiful too. He's got that really lovely pink blushing on his head. That's a beautiful animal. This is making me miss the big snakes.
Did you hear what Tyler's about to pick something else up.
Oh my gosh. We better get in on that. Oh, they're bringing out the Afrock.
Oh, great. Yeah. You switch him for the
Yeah.
I'll be over here. Better stay out of the way.
Oh, and it just continues back here.
I know, right? She's heavy. She's like 60, 70 pounds.
My drag hook was just a golf club bent in
So
half.
they're getting out the
Afrock.
The Af-
African rock python. Oh yeah, she's got some girth to her.
She's trying to bite me?
No, she was just smelling it.
Crazy how heavy that snake is.
She is.
I would say maybe just let her crawl around.
Yeah. She gets very nippy.
Only she'll be close.
She's about 10 foot. You want to hold her?
Probably like what's going on.
Yeah. What is this?
Kagan.
You know, she's usually a lot more, I guess,
Defensive.
this ball. Yeah. This check's doing very well.
Careful her wrapping around you.
Oh yeah,
she'll
she'll
bite
pee
you.
on my leg.
I remember she wrapped around Peyton's leg and it bit.
Other day you took two. You took two, right?
So, out of all the big constrictors, are those the ones that are mature?
Yeah.
Brett, you want to get her off his leg?
I was gonna avoid
That's
going
the
down and give her a
that's
target.
the true Africa rock I know.
That's a big girl.
Yeah.
Man, she's awesome.
But those are notoriously nasty.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories that they are. I've even heard stories. I had a guy come in here.
So-
in Kenya. Yeah.
I used to have
The local
3 African rock pythons, and I purchased the trio. It was 2 females and a male. This is when I was probably 19 years old. The female was about 13 feet, and she had wrapped the owner and his friend up. And after that, they were afraid of the big female. And we set up a big cage on my parents' back porch. It was a 3-tier enclosure with a screen front, and the female was so angry when we walked by, she would strike the cage, and she would actually, the screen, she would get her teeth stuck on the screen she would spread out her mouth, and then I had to, with like not a large paint stir stick, get in there and actually unhook her jaw from the screen. So then we had to go to something else on there. There's a lot of animal to handle at that age. Obviously, stuff that was scary or a challenge wasn't anything for me, but I just couldn't imagine myself wanting to own anything that challenging anymore. Definitely a cool python, just for the fact that where it lives and what it has to live with, lions and hyenas and all these other very dangerous African predators and stuff like that, and it's able to survive and defend itself. It says a lot about why they are the way they are. I know Florida's like at war with big pythons, but I don't think there are as many out there in the wild as they say. I have friends with airboat camps in the Everglades that are out there every weekend, and they never see them. You just see them on YouTube. There's some out there, but it's not as bad as they say. But
He's got the patternless.
Oh, really?
And they're so cool. And then the head patternless pulls that pattern off the sides, so the head kind of shows through a little bit, and they have mostly dorsal that's almost.
And like tiny and parasite.
will you start again? What type of caiman?
Cuvier's dwarf caiman. Or Peleosuchus pauperosus. Get about 5 feet, 15, 20 pounds.
God, I love how the duckweed's on the surface there.
But yeah, he loves to hide in it. There's also water lettuce in there.
Now you can see 100% what the duckweed looks like on the surface, below the surface. Because we bass fish around that.
I had this stuff in my freshwater tanks.
Did you?
Stuff grows crazy.
Yeah.
Never stops. Got some corridors in there.
I would
Kinda
pull
pick
out
up after
all
him.
but like one little piece of the duckweed, and a month later the whole surface is covered again.
Yeah.
It grows so fast. But it's nice because it helps like keep the water clean.
Yeah, you just take out some plants and then down here we got a false water cobra.
Oh, those are cool.
He's just a little guy. He's somewhere in here. Probably over here. Oh yeah.
Oh, look at him.
He can be chill sometimes. He usually flattens out his hood. He'll hood up.
Beautiful.
They get about 7 to 8 feet. Feed them twice a week. They have a really fast metabolism. He's eating like fish, chicken, rodents. These guys have a varied diet.
What kind of fish do you guys feed?
Tilapia. I fed a couple minnows. Feed Pacific whiting.
It's beautiful.
He used to be crazy. You couldn't handle him. I love their stripes in their eyes.
Yeah, it's almost like face paint. That is such a cool face. Does he ever do the really slow tongue flick?
Sometimes, yeah. But these guys can be unpredictable too. They just literally would just turn their head and bite.
Yeah.
They don't give any warning.
Like an anaconda.
Yeah. Yeah. Or burn.
I've definitely had the anaconda just kind of.
Yeah.
Yep. I've had a retic do that too.
Our yellow anaconda is a sweetheart. Our yellow anaconda here. Yeah, he's cool.
He's so gorgeous.
Can't wait for him to get like 7, 8 foot.
Yeah.
It's very hot. They like it hot and humid. You feel in here. It's pretty warm.
Oh yeah, that is warm.
Loving these enclosures. They are awesome. I can't imagine the money and time spent to really set all this up.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And then
And we're just doing stuff outside, and half the work is really done for us.
you know, Florida. I love Florida because you get to go outside.
There's pluses and minuses to everything.
Yeah. This is Dinah. And you guys got a lot of green iguanas in Florida. This guy was actually surrendered to us because someone couldn't take care of him anymore. He's really cool. He loves being scratched.
Oh, his neck
Yeah.
scales are super cool.
I think green iguanas are one of the coolest.
It's crazy how soft those are. He's like, you know, you talk about Bubba feeling like a leather couch.
You think he's softer than Bubba?
Yeah. It's a different kind of soft.
Bubba's still softer.
Yeah. He loves to be pet. He loves a rough. Likes to get those nails in there. His jowls are getting huge too.
Yeah, that's when they really get impressive.
Yeah. I'm hoping he gets some big old jowls. So when we got him, he didn't have any. He's grown them. He's really healthy.
So are those big jowls to help males protect their throat when fighting other males?
And it's
Kinda
also,
like tegus?
it kinda, yeah, and just dominance, that what they eat. I mean, because iguanas still eat, like they'll scavenge on dead animals. Like they're not 100% herbivore. They'll still scavenge on dead animals, get some
And
protein
chicks
in.
and
Yeah.
whatnot, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think that they just eat 100% plants and vegetables. But for the first couple of years, they need like insects and stuff. And
Yeah.
once a month or once every 2 months, I'll still feed them a dead rat pup and make sure it gets that protein in.
It's a shame that they have such a bad rap in Florida.
They do. I mean, they're
And-
so pretty. I mean, they're pretty and they can be chill if you actually know how to work with them.
So we were fishing, I don't know, a week or two before this trip, or we went for a boat ride. It was just a boat ride. And I'm like, there's an iguana, big male iguana, bigger than this, just floating dead in the water, because, you know, Florida has that attitude. The iguanas are everywhere. They're invasive. You got to kill them. So somebody just shot it with a pellet gun, threw it into the water, and there's this perfect male iguana that didn't do anything wrong. It didn't choose to be where it is. And we can get into how I really feel about iguanas in another video, but they don't deserve what people are doing to them. You talk about invasive. Truth is, most of those people in Florida don't belong in Florida either. That's the truth of it all.
That is true.
Invasive.
Yeah. Which
We'll get into that later, though.
Ecosystem is
That's a
back
big
to-
subject.
Ecosystems bring themselves back. Just gotta bounce back. Things evolve.
Yeah. So, what are you getting to play with now, Kagan?
Yellow anaconda. Hey, buddy. Oh my gosh.
Now that one's a sweetheart.
Yeah. His moves a lot.
So I had yellow anacondas, but never one that big. I think
Really?
probably 4 or 5 footers or something like that. I never owned one bigger than that. But I had some big greens.
The greens are the cool ones. I want a monster green someday.
Let's give him a light. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very iridescent.
Look at the checkered pattern on his tummy. Oh, he is cool. His one big difference between him and the rock python is he's so much more relaxed. Like his muscles aren't even activating. That rock python was like super tensed up.
Mm-hmm.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's very loose. He's very active.
Yeah. Feels a lot like a berm.
Yeah. Yeah, usually these guys are pretty tense and
Yeah, most
have
of them
some
are.
temperaments.
But that's got to be being bred out of them with captive propagation.
Somewhat. He's only bitten a couple people.
Oh, thanks for not biting me, buddy.
No, not here. Not here. At our warehouse when we have him.
Gotcha.
He, like what you were saying earlier, he just literally turned his head and bit on my buddy's shoulder.
Yeah. Well, when they decide that they've had enough, they...
All right, so this is Caiman lizard, and this is one of the species that Kagan and I have been talking about, because you would think that they would do so well. Diet seems to be the difficulty for a lot of people.
She might be hungry. I'll go over her. She wants that bite you.
So stocky, so
Oh, so
beautiful.
rough. That feels like a crocodile.
Yeah, those ostriches are crazy.
Wow. Holy cow. Those are sharp.
All right, so I'm looking at the enclosure. Massive amount of water. That's a 100 gallon or 150?
150 gallons.
150 gallon.
Uh-huh.
And she likes to stay up high, or she's just up there for her heat.
She'll either be up there, she'll be in that corner, behind her waterfall in the water. It's cool to watch her walk on the floor.
And you were saying diet, because this is always my curiosity. Everyone always says snails.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, she does not eat snails. I've tried to feed her snails, she won't touch them.
she doesn't care for them.
So I'll feed her tilapia, salmon, like 3-4 times a week. And then they eat fruits and vegetables. Like they'll eat a lot of fruits, like bananas, mango. But she does not eat fruits either. So she mainly just eats a fish diet.
Mainly
And shrimp.
fish.
Shrimp, she'll eat shrimp too. I can't get her to eat anything else.
Have you tried any live crayfish to see if she would hunt out of the water?
I've not tried live, but I've tried a dead crayfish.
And she likes them or no?
No, she'll not touch it.
Oh wow. I always say that they're like teenagers. Like, you can't go by a general rule. You can't get a reptile and think that everyone says they're going to eat this and think that that's going to be. No. And I have monitors that won't eat eggs, ones that won't eat rats, won't eat chicks, won't eat fish. It's here's something that everyone says they only eat. You gotta get snails, and that's the difficulty. And this one won't touch snails. Kagan, you have that magic touch for singing animals.
Cool, we have a baby over there at the store.
Okay, yeah, let's see that later. That'd be awesome. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Do you know how old she is?
I do not.
Roughly?
She probably about 4 or 5. They only live to about 10 years old. They don't have a long lifespan. I'm assuming it's because of their diet.
This is my first time seeing an adult in person.
Really?
It's really impressive.
So we had her a mate. She killed him.
Spicy girl.
Yeah. They don't do too well together. And it's crazy because their teeth are blunt. Almost like an iguana. They just got blunt, like molar teeth. They
Really?
don't have teeth, like any sharp teeth. They just got that crushing power. It's cool watching her, like if I gave her a big piece of fish, she just shreds it in her mouth.
That makes sense.
She was with her to mate for a while, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Kagan was just commenting on this
This is a
bearded dragon
Absolutely
enclosure.
incredible bearded dragon enclosure.
So you're saying a lot better than a 20-gallon aquarium?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better.
Lot better. That's what the industry is trying to push. you know, give them the environment they need.
He's got this really incredible rock formation. So if he wants to be social and be seen, he can come to the front. If he wants to kind of have some little alone time, he has a hide option over here. He can go behind those rocks. He's got multiple levels on this basking platform to decide what temperature he wants to be. I mean, this is beautiful.
Andy's got, look at the little tunnel back there.
That's what I was just pointing out, is that other hide option. And look at his diet.
Typical guy, I was not 1,000% listening. I apologize. But, I mean, also, like, I mean, as humans, we should understand the alone time. Like, you need alone time sometimes. That's why we have doors on our bathrooms. Alone time. And now I can't help going below. We've got an Argus monitor, which we need to really work on getting ours back. Just work. Look at the depth of the substrate in here. I'm gonna say it's 16 inches deep, probably at its deepest. It may be deeper.
If you come from this
But I'm looking at the corners and how high it is. It's at least 16, if it's not.
I did some more stuff to.
But shows you how much they like to dig. And I like how that cork bark is buried in there.
yeah, it makes its own little tunnel.
And I wonder if they didn't do their own water tub in here. Or is that a purchased tub? Stinking amazing. What do you think? Amazing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's South America or Florida.
He's got more color on him, on his
Just take a bite.
underside of his jowls.
He is a blue. He looks like a black and white, but he's really a blue.
Yeah.
Oh, black and white.
He's good now. He's just food aggressive. He just wants food all the time. He does not like to be held. So he might get a death roll in your hands.
He don't like when we hold it. He's getting along with you, that's awesome.
I guess he likes
These
it
are already barrel rolled out of our hands.
Yeah. Might as well just take him home now.
What a brute gentleman.
Yeah, he's got some big jowls.
Yeah. He's a solid guy, man. He's got some size on him.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm behind.
So impressive.
He's beautiful.
He's nice and healthy.
He can do it right.
You eat well, don't you, dude?
He is a highlight. That's it.
He's been on a diet for a while.
I thought blue meant that they actually look blue because they have red that look red.
Right. But they actually start off black and white.
We'll let him walk around the
They
Reptarium,
start off black and white.
and then whenever he's ready to go back home, we leave the enclosure open and just walks back himself.
That's awesome.
Nature fight on stuff. And then that's when they get transitioned.
But this guy, he's already maxed size and he's still this high white.
Yeah. He'll keep that.
So pretty.
So yeah, those males have those big jowls on the side of their face that the females don't have for when they go to combat with other males. That helps protect their throat area.
Remember the crazy
And their skin is so thick like leather armor.
And the 2 4x2x2 that was psychotic? I was behind. You weren't. You was there.
He's a
Oh yeah.
beast.
Remember when it had the middle island? And she was all the way to the left. And when you open the door, she charged. She was on the
And another really, really well set up enclosure.
She's definitely bigger. She's bigger than this now. But
Yeah, we let him walk around every day.
as soon as you open the door, she comes to attack you, not wide open.
Gotta have his daily
He
walkies.
was there. You don't think it wasn't broke?
Can't wait to finish the play area and have the hallways totally
Yeah.
done so we can let some of our monitors walk around all day. Awesome.
Yeah. Because of albinism, you can't see much of
So cool.
He's crazy. Try not to grab him too much. These guys are extremely fast. You can see he froze up a bit.
Beautiful animals.
Got him as just a little baby. He's growing quickly. He's such a long tail.
But he's only, so I don't understand when, what's really cool about that lizard is a defensive mechanism, and then you work to have it tame and calm.
Yeah.
Then you don't get to see.
But they're still cool. I love
Yeah.
their head shapes, you know. They still have the frills. But they're just a cool lizard. And when they're chill, I don't know, I think they're better than bearded dragons. They're just a little cooler. I love the little fangs they have, in like their canines they got in the front of their mouth. They got 2 front canines in the top and bottom,
Really?
and they're really sharp. They're like a lot bigger than all the other teeth.
Oh, she's kind of just
Full insectivore? Or?
Yeah.
It'll basically be like someone without glasses. Right. They'll be able to see basic shapes, colors, but they're not like, it's not sharp lines. It's more of just a blur.
I think somebody offered one of those, and I forget what else, for one of the albinos in trade.
All we did was
Roll?
regular color.
It's flighty. He shouldn't bite.
Puff it out for us a little bit.
It's all in-house.
I've always heard about these guys being bitey and their teeth are.
I've never been bitten. I've worked with several so far, and I've never been bitten.
He's got some awesome pattern on his back.
Oh, wow.
And the
Yeah.
patterning goes away as you get older. He'll get more reddish and black.
Really?
I can picture them just disappearing on the bark of a tree.
Oh yeah.
I left for a year and then I came back.
So soft. Yeah.
Yeah, the Australians get the big red frills.
You want to be up higher, don't you? So don't be looming over me.
All right, this is really cool here because what we're looking at is a great comparison of a common snapping turtle showing the smooth shell, and what a cool enclosure. And then look how he stretches that net just to get some air off the surface. But right below is showing you the shell of an alligator snapping turtle. And it's such an obvious difference.
He weighs 20 pounds now. Just weighed him.
So cool.
I can't wait until ours gets this big.
I would love to do an enclosure where we can see it from the side like this. I love
Yeah.
this.
Is this a female?
I think it's a male.
Is it?
Constantly shedding.
Yeah.
All that swimming stuff is shed.
What's wild to me is that as babies, the common snappers have those spikes on their shells.
they do.
Kind of like an alligator snapper. And then
smooths
as they
out.
get older, it smooths out. That's so wild.
Common snappers and alligator snappers are 2 of my favorite turtles.
Yeah.
They're so unique. They're like got breeding going.
This used to be yours?
Yeah. She's a sweetheart. But she has bitten me, and the bite did not feel good, so I choose not to get bitten.
And that is a beaded lizard?
Yep, Mexican beaded lizard. So these are the largest of. So there's only two truly venomous lizards. There's the Gila monster and the beadeds. So these get about 3 feet, larger cousins of the Gila monsters. Same hemotoxic venom. They're really cool.
That's awesome.
And I used to use these gloves, and one time I was like, oh, let me try a lighter pair of gloves.
Yeah.
And she bit me, and it didn't feel good. I felt that for a couple months. She's my favorite.
She's gorgeous.
The male over there is a lot meaner.
So she's really light. Like she's
Yeah.
almost
So she's
reddish
a
brown.
Rio Grande Heridum hybrid, and that's a Rio Grande over there.
So we got the male in the water dish over here. And he's got all those awesome yellow spots all the way down his back, circled by darker pattern. Really dark head on him.
So she's 3 years old, and he's 2.
Oh wow. Wow, he's massive.
Yeah, so it's how definitely. I had her sonograms. I know for sure she's a female.
Yeah.
Because they're really hard to sex, but I never sexed that one. But I'm guaranteed he's a male for his growth rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a beast.
Very tough feeling too.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. What's her name?
Shouldn't have a name.
Don't have a name.
I don't name my reptiles.
Oh, she's awesome. Can't get over how long she is.
One.
We don't need 2.
Yeah, it's crazy how little these guys are when they're babies. But they're very arboreal, and they dig a lot. They're cool.
Yeah. She's very calm.
They're a lot more active than the Gila monsters are.
Did you already go over what they're eating here?
These guys eat rats once a week, sometimes
Rats.
eggs.
Okay.
These guys I don't know how they eat in the wild. They're terrible hunters. They can't.
They do a lot of scavenging.
Yeah, but I had to give them dead rats.
So they're like the cleanup crew.
Kind of, yeah. Their venom's not meant to kill. It's
Tell me why you're so excited about this lizard.
Because it's an absolutely gorgeous electric blue eastern collared lizard.
And you guys were catching them yesterday?
You were catching these exact ones yesterday, but the ones in the wild are way darker, haven't been line bred in captivity to really bring out those blues and yellows and oranges in them. But the ones that have been line bred, I mean, that is such a gorgeous color. The males have brighter, more intense blues and colors than the females do, so this is a little male. But man, he is so cool. Look at his little face.
Totally different attitude than the ones yesterday.
Yeah, no.
The other ones yesterday, it's just like mouth open, ready to attack.
Yep.
So like, these guys aren't messed with. Like we don't mess them at all. Just feed them and clean up after them.
Yeah.
They're all sweethearts.
They're insectivores.
Yep.
Only bugs.
Only bugs.
Oh no. The
What'd you say? Oh no, how did you say?
He knows.
We originally bought them as 2 females and 1 male.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be 2 males and 1 female.
Oh man.
And this is actually a smaller male. There's a male and it's a lot larger.
How big?
And the males are getting along fine in there?
Yeah, they're doing great. They literally sit on top of each other. Like they'll all 3 bask on top of each other.
How big were they?
We'll get into a story about
They were
the
really like
the
this,
white
really,
throats
like, tiny.
later. So we're sitting there talking, and the snapping turtle is actually using that little bait in his mouth right now. That's just on his tongue. Looks like a little worm wiggling. It's a death trap.
That's how they get unsuspecting fish to swim close enough to snap.
I'd go check it out. That's a camera. Super cool.
You know, to do a head count. But yeah, that's about the worst of it. Either from that, it does look great all on its own. I mean, the water changes are something we have to do very
Oh my
minimally.
gosh.
He's doing pull-ups. It's Tyler if he was a frog. Trying to set the poison dart frog record.
They're having a meeting.
Sometimes all the yellow ones will sit in a circle and like stare at each other.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Sometimes I don't know what they're talking about.
They're flock.
He's working his ab day.
Flock.
Any blue ones in there? Or the blue ones are smaller, aren't they?
There's one. It's like a turquoise.
So what they were saying is that this setup is fully bioactive. So they have isopods and springtails in there that help clean up any of the messes that the frogs might make. So they don't even have to go in and like maintain this at all. Aside from trimming plants back that grow too quickly.
Yeah, how cool is that? You're seeing the root systems of the plants below the soil.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's similar to our monitor enclosures,
Yeah.
like where we don't clean anything, we don't clean any uneaten meat out, we don't clean any poop out, that the soil and then the bacteria in the soil, the microorganisms and everything, they break everything down.
So it's actually, if you look right here, this is all Metalamat. It's all filtration, like Metalamat.
Oh, that's cool.
And then rocks, and then like, so I cut the Metalamat and formed it so I can put the wood in, and then I built up a layer, so like behind that wood right there is all substrate, like dirt and stuff, where the plants can actually root and get nutrients from.
That is too
And
cool.
then, so it's like a whole ecosystem.
Wow.
It's got a lot of bacteria in there. And
Yeah. That is really, really neat.
An insane amount of work. Over. So again, this is that water monitor that came from our house. That was part of that original order. Hey! Did you recognize me? I mean, what an amazing enclosure for her. She's enjoying this. She's got that big water tub to swim in. She looks beautiful. So happy for her. So, and I'm saying her, this was my favorite out of the 14. And when I knew that at a certain point this wasn't going to fit into my breeding program, because I thought it was another male, I insisted that Tyler take this animal. So now knowing that it was a she, would have fit in. But it was, out of all of those, the most curious, the one that, I mean, as a wild animal would tongue flick and kind of like boba. So this monitor had the personality of boba.
She's gorgeous.
It's so weird to see. So what I was saying before about that little nip in the tail, if you guys see at the top of her tail, that little notch cut out. So that would have been the trapper that was collecting the monitors out of the wild, would cut that little V. So when the lizards he collected, for him to get paid on them, he could identify, all right, these 16 or these 20 were mine, to get paid on those lizards. Horrible practice. There are worse practices. Some of them do toes and things like that. So horrible practice, but just explaining what it is. I mean, you know humans, the smartest and dumbest creatures on the planet. Could have done a rubber band or a zip tie or a loose zip tie in front of the rear legs that wouldn't slide off and could be removed later. Lots of more humane things. But I am so happy to see her.
Yep, she's in a good spot.
So happy. And the pattern and everything is just beautiful. Alright, Tyler's gonna feed the croc monitor.
I would say you might want to go over.
Yeah, go over the top of the hide.
See some movement.
Okay, look at my exit.
So her head is more towards over here. She sees it
More towards the right.
I see her head from here.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
She's right up there. If you can point in there, you'll be able to see her.
Huh? She does have the rat.
She'll probably come up and eat it.
We may see her in a second.
While you're in there,
She's
you
just
can head off. Yeah.
holding on
Go
to it.
ahead and feed her a little bit. Now that's a real dinosaur. I consider croc monitors to probably be your A1 monitors, like your top tier A-list.
All right, I think we're finishing up here, but I want to. Can you introduce yourself?
Brett.
Brett?
Yeah.
Thank you so much
No problem.
for the tour. Unbelievable
Yeah.
wealth of knowledge.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in early
Yeah.
and giving us this personal tour.
Of course.
And your name?
Brandon.
Brandon?
Yes, sir.
Can't thank you enough.
Yep, anytime.
Really nice guys. If you're ever in Wichita, are we in specifically Wichita?
We're in technically Bel Air.
Bel Air? I'm in Bel Air.
Right at the
Across the street is Wichita.
Yeah.
Okay, across the street's Wichita. You guys need to come to the, well, it's Exotic Pets.
Yep. Exotic Pets. Wichita Reptarium.
The Reptarium at Exotic Pets. The place is amazing. The habitats, like I cannot believe indoor habitats like this for everything. The attention, the money spent. It's, everything here is perfect. A really cool experience. The whole group has just come in. Young kids experiencing this stuff for the first time. It's awesome to see. All right, guys, until next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.